All right, week 4. We're prepping for week 4, you guys. Week 4 of our 90-day agreement. That's crazy. That means we're like heading into a month of this. Does that even make sense? I feel like words are my second language. Yes, I said words. Not just English. Words are my second language today. Okay, so I have gone ahead and I have made all those resources available to you. I have texted them to you if you and I have a texting relationship. Otherwise, they're posted in the groups, in the bod group. I've shared them on Instagram. Like literally, if you still don't have them, you just need to go find a pinned post and download that business, okay? So I shared on my Instagram today that last night I made some not so great decisions with my nutrition, and they made me feel kind of bad about myself, and it whipped up all the feels, all the things. And I'm sharing that with you because I know a lot of you are in that space. A lot of you think it hasn't been perfect, it's not going according to plan, so that means I'm doing something wrong. But I disagree. I think if you are noticing that you are off kilter, that you're out of alignment, that's exactly why we're doing this, right? It's not to have this perfect scorecard and be able to check every single day off the calendar and be like, look at me, look how amazing I'm doing. I want that for you. I want you to collect your wins. I want you to collect all the proof that you're rocking your journey and you're getting the momentum. But really, at the end of the day, this is about self-awareness and personal responsibility, and then choosing to touch the thing even when it's not perfect and it's messy and a little bit off kilter. I also want you to feel like you are able to make a pivot. You don't need my permission. That's not what this is about. But like, I am 2 weeks in to 4 weeks for everybody, and granted I was sick and then I had an injury, and so I have been over here like struggle bussin'. I am like the little snail stuck in the muddy pit. I've been trying so hard to move my little home to a less muddy area, but it's really just not working. And so sometimes when that happens, when you are in the muddy pit, fellow swamp snails, you just have to say, you know what? I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna completely choose a new pond, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame, there's no failure. There's none of that unless you attach those things to it. So I am trying to figure out what feels fun, and I'm encouraging you to do what feels fun. And that's not eating the cookies and taking a nap. That is finding a way to create more fun and joy in your daily routine, in your daily movement, okay? If you need to read a different book, then read a different book. In this week's resources, I said, I'm not giving you a book recommendation because personal development is personal, which is really rad. That's so freaking cool. It can literally be any area of your life. If you want to work on finances, you want to work on your marriage, you want to work on parenting, you want to work on some kind of like childhood stuff that you need to do, like it's personal. I've also given you quite an assortment of different books that I love. We have so many resources available to you. If you need a suggestion, then message me and I'm happy to help you figure that out. But this is also not me just like, here, do this, do this, do this. I want you to create that belief in yourself, to trust yourself enough to like be okay pivoting a little and making the next right or left turn and it not being exactly what maybe you thought it should look like, but still being okay with that. This is your journey. You're the driver of your bus. So it's okay if we're not all doing the exact same thing. That's not what this has ever been about. This is about you being really honest with yourself about what you need. And I was texting with one of you today about where you're at with your workout, and you were like, I've talked to a couple of you actually, where you're in this week 4, and it's like, I just want to be done with this week and move on to the next week, or this is no longer serving me. Is it okay if I pivot? Heck yeah! If you are doing one of these really long programs and you've been kind of in this like start-stop, like halty momentum-y thing, you can skip to the next week. You can do that. If that sparks excitement and joy and like, yes, do that. You can always go back later and finish up that week, those couple workouts. There's nothing wrong with that because again, this is your journey and I want you to do what sparks hope and excitement and aliveness in you. This is not a drudgery experiment. This is not, I'm just gonna power through and do the thing. That's why I am like, okay, hold up. Somebody stop the bus. I am not happy with this workout I'm doing, and I've done it before and I freaking loved it. It just goes to show you that when you're actually aware of what's happening in your life, in your spirit, in your journey, sometimes things that you did before that really served you just aren't the right ticket. They're not the right thing, and that's okay. So I'm going to put 4 weeks for everybody back on the shelf. If you're doing it and you love it and you're feeling excited and you're feeling sparked by it, then keep going. But if you are like, this is just, I don't enjoy this, it's not talking to me, I'm not enjoying it, it doesn't feel good, then you can try something different. There's so many different options. And today I was like, I don't know what I want to do. So you know what I did? I did some yoga with Adriene. I love yoga with Adriene. I love yoga with Adriene so much. She has something for literally everything. And I was just feeling so sad this morning. So I searched on YouTube, yoga with Adriene sad. And I found one and it was 18 minutes and it was yummy. And my feelings leaked out of my eyes. And I felt better because I wasn't just trying to stuff it down and power through it. I allowed myself to be in that space. You can allow yourself to be in that space, to say it out loud, to give it a little bit of power, but then also to surrender it. You're allowed to do that. Okay? So wherever you're at with your journey, it's where you need to be. You're failing and you are stuck if you're just in that loop of saying over and over, I don't know where to start, I'm behind, I'm already losing. If you're gonna live in that mantra, and some of you are doing that, then yeah, you are. You are sucking, you are failing. Does that hurt? Change the freaking channel. You aren't stuck. You aren't being held hostage in a jail cell while I'm saying you have to do this. I'm telling you that you are in charge of your own journey. You get to pivot. You get to choose things. You get to consume different information if what you've been doing isn't serving you and doesn't make you feel alive and sparked, okay? So this week's resources, number one, I want you to explore Beachbody On Demand more. I'm not giving you a meditation suggestion because there's a bunch of tools, which I actually used. I listened to the sound bowls this morning. And I kind of experimented with some meditations. I was already in the middle of a meditation, but that's what I'm going to do this week. I'm going to try some of these different tools. You can go into your BOD app and just search meditations, and there's a couple things that will pop up for you. There's 21 days of daily meditations. There's more meditations that came from OpenFit. There's the sound bowls. You have so many epic tools that I don't know about you, but I would never assume that I have meditations on BOD. So I want you to experiment with that. I want you to explore it, okay? What else did I recommend to you? The personal development is do what you need to do. And if you're not sure about that, then you can ask for a recommendation, or you can just open up your podcast app and just see what you hear. Not a big deal. If you haven't done Energy Bus, I love that book so much. There's some fresh affirmations for you. See if they feel right. I actually shared a video. It's an older video that I made for the tribe about how your words have so much power, hashtag duh, we know this, and that it was kind of like I walked you through some fresh affirmations, but the trick to affirmations is there has to be a kernel of truth. You can't just be like trying to, I weigh 100 pounds less. Like, that is not true. That's not true. So you saying something that is clearly not true, your brain is going to create a whole bunch of resistance and it's going to surface in different areas of your life. So it's about you it's about you tweaking what words make you feel good and proud and excited and motivated, but also having a kernel of truth so that it's not just lip service. So again, I've been sharing quite a few each week. Take what serves you, pass what doesn't. There's no right or wrong way to do this. It's just extra little tools in your tool chest. If you choose to use them, great. If not, cool, whatever. Okay, so that's the plan. I will be on Zoom Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I got my week. I was so confused. I lost a day and I sped up a day. And so I was on Monday night, but I wasn't on Wednesday. So this week I will be on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we have a cooking club this week. I shared that recipe. It's a pumpkin chocolate chip cookie recipe. It looks super delicious. It is not a fixate recipe. It is a bring the butter honey recipe. It's going to be good. And then what else? I'm also putting together a little schedule. So Jessica has been doing morning Zooms. She's currently under the weather. So when she feels better and she posts her morning Zooms, I'm going to put together a little calendar thing you can just screenshot so you know where to find us. If you're like, this feels really overwhelming, it's not overwhelming, okay? It's not complicated. Every single morning, I am on Zoom at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And yeah, okay? So if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling stuck, I'm encouraging you to journal. Oh, that's what I want to talk about, the journaling. So I have some journaling prompts, and this is a really powerful one. It's about our stories. We all have so many stories. I do too. Probably why I was so crabby this morning is my stories. We have stories, and sometimes there's a grain of truth and some actual facts, but a lot of times it's us attaching way more than needs to be attached to it. It's creating this whole saga in our heads around a story. And so if you want to journal, if you want to go deep, maybe you don't want to journal. Maybe you want to drive in your car and talk this through. That totally counts as well. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Make it yours. But the journal prompts are, what is the same story or thought that keeps surfacing? Like, I'm never going to do this, or I'm always behind, or I'm so undisciplined, or I'm lazy, or this is too hard, or what. You have a story around some area of your life, okay? I don't care if it's about fitness or nutrition or whatever. This is your individual personal thing, so own it, okay? The same story or the thought that keeps surfacing, what are the facts, the actual proven in a court of law facts in that story? And maybe it is your current existing weight. Like, that would be a proven in a court of law. You starting and stopping a program can't be proven in a court of law. Okay, so you're just literally peeling the onion back to the very, very most basic part of that to find your fact, okay, to try and kind of neutralize the power that you've assigned to it, that you've created around it, right? So then the next question is, what are you making that mean? What are you making your weight mean? What are you making how long it's taking you to do a program mean? What are you making it mean? How are you attaching your personal value to it? Does keeping it, like, how does it serve you? It's serving something. It's something to complain about. It's something to commiserate about. It's a way for you to create pity or get attention. Yeah, I know this is uncomfortable. Okay. And this isn't like a sit down all at once. This is you can chew on this over a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever. I don't care. And then how can you gently tweak it? Like, is there something I can say instead that serves this next level version of me? Okay. So something to think about. If you don't want to journal, you don't have to. You don't have to do all these things. I just want to make sure you have tools in your tool chest, because this is the stuff, this is the mindset work that has helped me so much. But I want you to find, at the end of the day, I just want you to find a spark this week. I want you to recommit to your promise, make a new promise if the one you have is something that's not serving you. I'm still meditating, and today I literally hit play on my Insight Timer app for 31 seconds. 31 seconds. Would you count that as a victory? Or would you create a story around how that wasn't serving me and it wasn't enough, so it doesn't count and I have to do more? I did 31 seconds. 31 seconds is more than no seconds. However little or however much you're doing, it's so much more than zero, okay? So collect your wins this week. Go back to that practice if you're not doing it. If you're going to journal it, if you want to say it out loud, you want to make it a dinner time thing, or maybe you do it as you're falling asleep. It's almost like a gratitude practice. Like, these are the ways I wanted my life. Be your own hype girl. And don't come up with some but at the end of it, like it wasn't enough, you're trying to disqualify it. Stop that. Stop that. If you showed up for 21 seconds, if you push play on your workout for 5 minutes, if you listened to one of my videos and didn't roll your eyes, like, all those little tiny things create big shifts in your life. And they're very sneaky because it can go both ways. All of your decisions add up. All of your decisions compound, and those can be excellent, awesome, amazing, inspired, exciting decisions, or they can be the things that keep you stuck and keep you dragging and keep you feeling sad. So what do you want to domino? That's really just the whole idea of this upcoming week. Is it's okay to pivot, it's okay to change course, it's okay to skip ahead 1 week. It is okay if it makes you excited and inspired. Incited, that's the new word. Inspired and excited. I just want you to find your spark, okay? So I'm going to work on finding my spark. I want you to work on finding your spark. It doesn't have to be the same, okay? But this is your journey. So live your freaking life. Show up for it. Be so proud of yourself that you are here and that you did listen to this. You're exactly where you need to be. Let go of the idea of what you think it needs to be and just own where you're at. Come up with a plan that serves you, that doesn't make you feel overwhelmed or puke in your mouth. Just do the next right thing and allow that to compound. Okay? Okay. Happy week, friends.